We're jamming.
Oh, hi everybody! Happy birthday, Strobes, and anybody else who was born today, August 9th. Doing a little bit of a last minute thing today. Once again, I find things out a little later than I wish I had. I already have a couple other birthday videos planned.
Birthdays?
But yeah, if your birthday is today, August 9th, you happen to have these facts in history happened on your birthday. Starting in 1173, the construction of the Tower of Pisa begins, and it takes 2 centuries to complete.
Wow, that's a really long time.
Yes.
That's like 20 years.
Multiply that by 10.
That's like 1,000 years.
It's 200.
Oh, why did you just say that to begin with?
In 1483, the opening of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican.
Ah, yes. Learned about that one in the school.
In 1638, Jonas Bronck of Holland becomes the first European settler in the Bronx.
Ah, did they name it after him?
That would certainly seem to be the case. In 1655, Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell divides England into 11 districts.
Oh, my.
In 1803, the first horses arrive in Hawaii.
Ah.
They are not native to the islands.
They galloped a long way.
In 1803, Robert E. Fulton tests his steam paddle boat on the River Seine in France, but it sinks.
Seine. The river Seine, sorry. I should have corrected you sooner.
In 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte sets sail for exile on St. Helena on board the British ship, the Northumberland.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Helena. Yeah, it was a song by MCR, and my parents used to own a house on Northumberland Avenue in Buffalo.
Speaking of parents, isn't
No,
there
we aren't at the birthday party yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to throw it in there.
Okay. In 1829, Stourbridge Lion locomotive goes into service.
Oh.
Shout out to Lionel there.
Yeah. He's a muscle lion. He's a muscle bridge lion.
And to another friend of ours who really likes trains.
Yes. Junior likes trains?
No, I'm talking about somebody who shows up to our streams.
Trains? Yeah, where's my train?
Leister.
Oh.
Leicester likes the trains. And for A&E's theme from before.
Yes.
In 1831, the first U.S. steam engine train is run at Albany to Schenectady, New York.
Oh, yeah, Schenectady. Schenectady. We pass that.
It's a funny
pretty
name.
much every time we go to Boston. We pass by the exit for it.
In 1842, the U.S.-Canada border is defined by Webster-Ashburton Treaty.
Interesting.
In 1848, the U.S. Barn Burners, the anti-slavery party, merges with the Free Soil Party, nominating Martin Van Buren for president, who goes on to become the 8th president of the United States.
Interesting.
In 1859, Otis Tufts patents the first passenger elevator in the U.S.
Interesting.
And that's why a lot of elevators have Otis on them. In 1893, the first U.S. bowling magazine, Gut Holtz, published in New York. Again, shout out to our friend Junior, who is a big bowling lion there. In fact, I believe he's even bowled a perfect game once or twice.
Interesting. I thought that when I saw his sports equipment, I thought he was a golfer.
In 1898, Rudolf Diesel of Germany obtains patent number 608,845 for his internal combustion engine, later known as the diesel engine.
Ah.
In 1902, Edward the Seventh of Great Britain is crowned King of the United Kingdom and the British Dominions, succeeding his mother, Queen Victoria. In 1907, the first Boy Scout camp concludes at Brownsea Island in Poole Harbor, southern England.
They probably do their best to do their duty.
I believe they do.
Always be prepared.
Indeed.
An
In
officer is always on duty.
In 1910, Chicago resident Alva Fisher receives the U.S. patent for an electric washing machine.
I used one of those.
In 1930, animated character Betty Boop debuts in Max Fleischer's cartoon Dizzy Dishes.
Oh, yes. She was a dog originally, right?
I believe so, yes. She was a furry before she became just a regular old human.
Yes, I saw her design.
I'm not sure if that was she was the dog still or if this was after that.
I saw her as the dog
Yes.
before. It's you basically had to be told this is what she was. Oh yeah, I guess I see one or two small details that have been tweaked.
Yeah.
It's so not like it. She just looks the same either way.
In 1941, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill reaches Newfoundland for talks with the 32nd U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Ah.
In 1944, Smokey Bear debuts as spokesman for fire prevention for U.S. Forest Service, named after New York City fireman Smokey Joe Martin.
Fascinating. Oh, I should have brought my book for the last one. I did. That was the last audio book I did. Was about FDR.
Oh.
And Smokey Bear is something that my dad always likes to bring up. He's always talking about. There's no the. It's just Smokey Bear.
And I met Smokey Bear.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Did he tell you about preventing forest fires?
Of course. In 1945, oh wait, we're not doing that one. 1961, James Benton Parsons is the first African American to be nominated to a U.S. federal district court.
Ah, I wonder if he's related to. Oh, you know what? His name is Jim Parsons.
Oh.
Interesting. Neat. Curious. I wonder if he was a fan of the Green Lantern.
In 1963, Britain's rock TV show Ready, Steady, Go premieres.
Go!
Really? No joke there? Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's the Larkin Seal song from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
Let's get started, ready, steady, go!
Really? Now how about rock? Steady, steady, rocking all night long. No?
I don't know that one.
What? Alexa,
Oh.
play rock. Never mind, sorry. She's actually powered up this time.
Check your Wi-Fi network connection by going to settings.
Yeah, I need to set
Okay.
that back.
In 1966, the Beatles released their Yellow Submarine single and its album Revolver in the U.S.
Yeah, did you know that they actually live in a yellow submarine?
We all live in a yellow submarine.
I
A yellow submarine.
refuse
A
to
yellow
believe it,
submarine.
although I like yellow things sometimes.
Okay. In 1973, Northern Irish guitarist Henry McCullough quits rock band Wings, founded by Paul McCartney.
Ah, I've heard of him.
Funny,
He
we
was in
get we got two things revolving around members of the Beatles there.
Yes.
In 1974, Richard Nixon resigns as President of the United States, and Vice President Gerald Ford swears the oath of office to take his place as the 38th U.S. President.
Swears, that's bad. You ever see the resignation letter? It's like
No.
a sentence long.
Really?
It is just...
I resign as President of the United
yeah,
States.
That's basically the whole letter. You almost got it verbatim. It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
I, Richard Nixon, resign.
Yeah,
as
it's
President.
that's what. Yeah, I hereby resign the office.
There we, oh yeah,
United
he
States.
resigned the office of the presidency.
Yeah. It's a very.
In 1979, English seaside resort Brighton gets the first British nude beach.
Ah, they have a nude beach, but do they have an old beach?
I believe that's that movie by M. Night Shyamalan that
Let's
really
not
was
bring
bad.
him up. He's such a hack.
Yeah, he is. In 1988,
Yeah, it is
Cubs beat the Mets 6-4 in their first official night game at Wrigley Field.
Ah.
I feel like I had to include that just because,
Because of Wrigley's gum. We all like Wrigley's gum.
in 1988, just one day after 8888, New York's daily number is 888. I don't know what a daily number is about, but I just thought that was kind of neat.
And that was also the inspiration for Eight Man After, an old Japanese anime movie.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But still, go watch 8-Man After. Let's watch that.
In 1990, a Russian spacecraft Soyuz TM-10 launches.
Ah, that's like the green frog girl, right? Oh, wait, that's Asui. Who's Soyu?
That's her last. Her other name is Suyu.
There you go. So I
Fra-
was thinking of the right thing.
Asui Suyu. In 1992, future six-weight boxing world champion Oscar De La Hoya of the United States beats German Marco Rudolph on point to win the lightweight gold medal at the Barcelona Olympics.
Interesting. I only have one weight. Although I actually did drive through Barcelona earlier. It's not the same Barcelona, but there is a lighthouse there and an old corner store gas station.
Okay. In 1995, South Africa celebrates the first National Women's Day.
Oh.
1997, Just to See You Smile single is released by Tim McGraw, which went on to win Billboard Song of the Year in 1998. In 1999, Russian President Boris Yeltsin fires his Prime Minister, Sergei Stefanshin, and for the fourth time, fires his entire cabinet.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of somebody doing something like that? That's
That
just
is wild.
wild, right?
In Russia, president fires you.
No.
That is
Okay.
sorry. That's so that.
1999. Also in 1999, the Diet of Japan enacts a law establishing the Hinomaru as the official national flag and Kimigayo as the national anthem. In 2001, U.S. President George W. Bush announces his support for federal funding of limited research on embryonic stem cells.
Ah.
In 2016, American swimmer Michael Phelps swims 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 36 hundredths of a second, or 36 seconds, I guess, to win the men's 200-meter butterfly gold medal at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Either that or 1 minute 53 seconds and 36.
Yeah, it's
10 hundredths of a
1
second?
minute 53.36 seconds.
Okay, so I just read that wrong at first.
I mean, whatever.
To win the 200-meter butterfly gold medal at Rio de Janeiro Olympics, beats Japan's Masato Sakai by .04 for his 20th Olympic gold medal. That's a lot of gold medals. Also in 2016, the longest ever hunger strike ends. Indian human rights campaigner Iram Sharmila tastes honey after 16 years. It's a long time to go without food.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably been a long time since I had honey. I mean, my goodness.
Should I buy some honey from work?
I'm not really a huge fan of honey.
Okay. In 2017, a giant inflatable chicken resembling U.S. President Donald Trump is placed outside the White House as a political protest.
Yeah, I like to stay away usually from the politics in these videos, but it was so cute. Look it up. It's actually like, regardless of how you feel about him, that is a cool chicken. It was such a neat looking chicken. I liked it. I felt like it was too cool of a representation. But but that's neither here nor there. Argue amongst yourselves.
In 2020, New Zealand marks 100 days without community transmission of COVID-19.
Oh.
So yeah, in 2020 of all years, like they apparently like nipped that in the bud. They were probably the first country to take that down. In 2021, a herd of 14 elephants returning home from a 500-kilometer or 300-mile trek across China lead authorities to evacuate 150,000 people out of their path.
Wow.
Pierre, why are your people doing that?
Yeah, Pierre, what's up?
He's a pachyderm.
Oh.
And lastly, in 2022, tennis superstar Serena Williams announces her intention to retire in an interview with Vogue.
Strike the pose. Move to the music. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, Vogue. Right? Those are the words, mostly.
Okay, so On to birthdays. If you happen to have your birthday today, like Strobes, you share your birthday with the following people. Justice Smith, who is known as being Tim Goodman in Detective Pikachu, Franklin Webb in Jurassic World movies, Mark Wydell in Ron's Gone Wrong, the half-elf and wild magic sorcerer Simon Omar in Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. He turns 28. Also, I believe, isn't he the son of that guy who slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Alexis Cabrera, better known as the pro wrestler for WWE, Alexa Bliss. She turns 32.
Yeah, that's Ben Crackshell's last name in the hyphenated last name in the latest DuckTales show.
Indeed it is. Bill Skarsgård, who's known as Pennywise in It Chapters 1 and 2, Deviant Crow in Marvel's Eternals, and Marquis Vincent de Gramond in John Wick Chapter 4. He turns 33. You know who that is, right? You remember?
Yeah. He just looked like Bill Skarsgård. He
Okay.
was kind of weird after seeing him in makeup.
Anna Kendrick, known for playing Jessica Stanley in the Twilight franchise. Stacy Pilgrim in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Cinderella in Into the Woods from 2014. Dana Cummings in The Accountant. Lisa in Voices.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies
Yeah,
of all time.
I saw that on there. I was like, I have to include it.
Yeah.
Becca Mitchell in Pitch Perfect movies.
Yeah.
And Poppy in the Trolls movies.
Yeah, I think the first thing I really saw of her at length was the first two. I only think I saw the first two Pitch Perfect
She's also got
movies.
this funny music video where she's making music with these cups that Lionel showed me one day. But yeah, she turns 38. Dan Levy, David Rose on Schitt's Creek, as well as appearing in the new Haunted Mansion movie. He turns 40.
He is another one that I really enjoy. He is the son of Eugene Levy, who your grandmas and grandpas.
What?
I'm just kidding. That some older people will remember. But younger crowds will probably remember him most notably, although he's done many things. Most people remember him from the American Pie movie.
Yes, I was wondering where you're going with that.
He was also in, there's been a couple other things. But yes, American Pie. Pretty much every American Pie movie, even the direct-to-video one.
Yeah, I think he was like one of the few things that tied them all together. But anyhow, Ashley Johnson, who was known for playing Chrissy Seaver on Growing Pains, as the voice of Ellie in The Last of Us, Gretchen Grundler on Recess, Tara on Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, and Gwen Tennyson on all the Ben 10 series.
Really, all of
Yeah,
them?
even not just the original one, even when she was older.
Wow.
I did not see if she was in the remake of Ben 10 that they made, but all of the subsequent series that took place in the same continuity, she played Gwen.
Interesting.
She turns 40.
Wow.
Jessica Capshaw, daughter of Kate Capshaw and stepdaughter of Steven Spielberg. She's been in a few things, but nothing really jumped out at me as being noteworthy enough to say on here. But she turns 47. Let's see. Next, Kevin McKidd, known for playing Poseidon in Percy Jackson, in The Olympians, The Lightning Thief. And Thomas Wayne in Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. He turns 50.
Great movie, by the way. I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
I mean, I would definitely watch it again, but yeah, I very much enjoyed that. I hope the live action The Flash is just even a fraction as good as that movie. Still need to see it. Liz Vassy, best known as DNA lab tech Wendy Sims on CSI.
See the goth one?
I think you're thinking of NCIS.
Ah, dang it. They're all the same procedural cop drama. Sorry, Lizzie.
She turns 51. Singer 1S turns 51 as well. Rapper Mac 10 turns 52. Thomas Lennon. Lieutenant Dangle on Reno 911.
Yay.
Felix Unger on The Odd Couple 2015. Wizard Whitebeard in Where's Waldo 2019. Mr. Mixelplick, or Mr. Mixispitalik, depending on which, I don't know how they pronounce it, and Supergirl. Top Cat on Jellystone. And Orville Wright in Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. He turns 53.
Yes, he's so wonderful. I know him mostly from Reno 911.
He does a lot of voice acting as well, but nothing of terrible significance. Was he also the one who played a doctor in a bunch of things, or is that somebody else?
He has once or twice played a doctor. He also did stuff with the Upright Citizens Brigade and their stage performances.
Might have been him.
And he's actually the second version of Mr. Mixelplick in Supergirl. The first version was a different actor, but then when he reappears later on, after the universes have been all like messed with and whatever, he comes back and he's like, that was just another form, I assume sometimes.
Okay.
So it was like, and he made a much better character.
But yeah, like I was saying, when I was looking him up, he's played a doctor in numerous things, including Memento.
Yes, and he was in Harold and Kumar, the Christmas one.
Really?
Yeah, he was there with.
I don't remember reading that on there.
Amir Blumenfeld from Jake and Amir at College Humor played his assistant in the movie.
Next, Arion Salazar, who's the bassist for Third Eye Blind, he turns 53. Eric Bana, best known as Hulk in the 2003 version. Nero in Star Trek 2009. And voice of Monterey Jack in the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Wow. I did not know that.
It just came out last year.
Banana.
He turns 55. Gillian Anderson. She's Dana Scully, guys.
Yeah, she's always going to be Dana Scully.
She was in a lot of other things, but nothing significant enough to mention besides the fact that she was also Dana Scully in Eek the Cat and The Simpsons. Literally, she just went by Dana Scully. They didn't give her a Sana Cully or anything like that. She was just Dana Scully. And in Reboot, of all things, she played Data Nully.
Coincidence.
I think not. She turns 55.
I want to believe.
Deion Sanders turns 56. Actor Patrick Peterson, who played Michael Fairgate on Knots Landing, he turns 57. Hoda Kotb, co-host of Today on NBC since 2007, she turns 59. The only one on the list who has passed away, Whitney Houston, best known for being in the movie The Bodyguard, as well as numerous songs, including I Will Always Love You, I Want to Dance with Somebody, When You Believe, I'm Every Woman, How Will I Know, Saving All My Love for You, and so many more.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Saving all my love for Sue.
Aww. So when she was alive, she lived to be 48, and if she were alive today, she'd be 60. Next, we have Michael Kors, American fashion designer. He turns 64.
Yeah. You should check out his purses.
Rapper Curtis Blow is also 64. Amanda Bierce, who played Marcy Darcy on Married with Children.
Yeah.
She turned 65.
That was her remarried name anyway. The character was originally introduced. I forget what her original last name was.
You sure it wasn't Marcy Darcy
No,
first?
because when she got remarried to Steve Darcy...
I thought that Steve was the first husband.
No. Steve Darcy is the second husband. Well, the first one might have been... I don't remember the name of the first husband. I actually didn't even start watching the show until Steve Darcy...
the first husband was the wimp. The second husband was the hunk.
Yeah, Steve Darcy. Because Al's
he
was like, you mean your name's going to be Marcy Darcy? And then she didn't.
Okay, now that you say that, that sounds about right. Okay. But anyhow, she was the neighbor lady in Married with Children. Melanie Griffith, Margalo, the bird, and Stuart Little 2.
Awesome.
She's been in a whole bunch of other things, but I could not find one thing that was like, oh, I know that, or I've seen that, or oh my God, that's so big, or oh, she was in this. It's like nothing really jumped out at me. That was the only one, and the fact that it was a bird helped. She turned 66.
Oh my goodness, I have one here. We could squeeze it in right here because I see you have it organized by age.
Yes, I do.
In 1948, my mom was born.
Oh.
And it's also her birthday. I went there earlier. Very dusty. Got some of my old things.
Oh.
But she, 1948, and since she is still alive today, she's 75 years old.
Barbara Mason, a soul singer, best known for her self-written 1965 hit song, Yes, I'm Ready. She turned 76. Sam Elliott, the stranger from Big Lebowski. Thunderbolt Ross in Hulk 2003. Phantom Rider in Ghost Rider. Fleetwood Yak in Rock Dog. And Trusty in Lady and the Tramp 2019, as well as Mayor Wild West in Family Guy. He turned 79.
I give it a 6.5.
Out of 7?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
And next, same day as Sam Elliott was born, Smokey Bear. Smokey Bear,
Wow.
as mentioned earlier.
They both are part of the same cluster.
Then we have Jack. Not sure how to pronounce. How would you say to pronounce
I would
that?
say Dejournette.
Jack DeJohnette is a jazz drummer. Didn't know that you could drum jazzily. He turns 81.
Yeah. Even the jazz musicians have to pretend it sounds good.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the drummer. Yeah. It's great.
but
It's
yeah,
great.
apparently he's like teamed up with a whole host of people. He's very
Oh.
prolific. There, I'd never heard
My
of him personally.
apologies. My apologies to all the jazz fans
They-
out there. I'm sorry you liked terrible.
Jeez, wow.
I'm just.
How you like Cowboy Bebop?
I'm just kidding. Some of it's good.
David Steinberg, a stand-up comedian, he turns 81. Apparently, he might have appeared more on the Johnny Carson's Tonight Show more than anybody. I think it was like something like 131 appearances.
Wow.
And I believe he also like wrote for like Seinfeld and a bunch of other shows back in the day. And lastly, Betty Boop is 93 today.
Wow. So old. Still hot though.
Yeah. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and once again, I hope Strobes has had a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday.
And yeah, expect a couple more of these. Well, at least one going public. I'm gonna see if I can't private the one for somebody whose birthday video got a little delayed there, and then maybe I can have it post for next year. I'm gonna have to see if YouTube lets me post so really long in advance there. But otherwise, yeah, expect another one in a few days. I believe was it Tuesday? Right?
I lost
Wait.
track.
Anyhow, thanks for watching. Azurine, you're gonna be off this weekend, right?
Yes, at least for Friday, Saturday night. I'll
Okay.
probably only stream Sunday night.
So you're gonna be playing the last levels of Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I'll be playing, attempting and failing to
come
beat
on.
another level of Crash Bandicoot on the Switch.
So anyhow, thanks for watching, and see you then.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Strobes! Bye bye.
Happy birthday.